Hello folks, welcome to another exciting adventure in the Grey Goose. Today, my long-suffering wife Margaret and I are heading on a, what's it going to be, 500 and something kilometre road trip to kind of the South Dublin area. We have to collect some car parts and solar panels. And it's a predictably dull day today, so not a good day for the old solar panels, but should be a good day for the Goose. So we will be making probably in total something around 10 charging stops. So we'll be filming a good few of those. I probably won't film all of the charging stops for you, it'll be super boring. Time right now is 7:23 a.m. and we are on our way to our first charging stop, which is 42 kilometers away from us. We've traveled about 20 kilometers from our house so far. So yeah, that's what it is going to be. Hopefully our first fully filmed long distance voyage of the Goose. The first charging stop we're doing will be in the Mitchelstown Oblast, and will be in a Lidl car park, and it's an ABB Terra triple standard charger, which seemed to be quite good. Some of you may recall that during initial CCS testing on the Goose, none of the ABB chargers worked. That's because we had a 2-meter CP line going to the charging port instead of a really short one that we have now. So it seems as if the old PLC communication didn't like a 2-meter CP line. Anyway, that's it for now, and we will catch up with you hopefully when we're getting gas at the Lidl ABB. Stay with us. Okay, we're at our first charging stop, Lidl, and we are getting, what are we getting, about 46 kilowatts at the minute. Don't pay any attention to the 50% SOC, because at the minute on the new software in the VCU, I'm trialing out sending a reduced SOC message to some of the fast chargers. And the reason for that is that some of the fast chargers now are limiting the percentage of charge that they will allow you to have. So we're going to gas up here. The Goose is gassing. Margaret is Margareting. And yes, so we're going to go get some tea for me and coffee for Margaret. We'll come back and see how things go. Okay, so we're down to 22 kilowatts, taking on nearly 10 kilowatt hours. So how long we've been charging? 15 minutes. So let's see if we can stop this thing. Stop now. There we go, I'm allowed to stop charging. Okay, so there we go folks, 9.94 on our first stop. Charging is stopped. Okay. Right. Press our door close button and then close the door. Right, on to the next one. Alright, number 2. are getting gas. As you can see, this charging connector has got some custom tape on it for Uber safety. So yeah, we're getting gas. Charging stop number 2, gone about 68 miles, whatever that is in kilometers, maybe 120 kilometers, something like that. So time for some more tea, then we're going to get back on the road. Alrighty, charging stop number 2. 2 finished. Oh, this way.
No.
And no way out is left. Great. Okay. So yes, charging stop number 2. 12.6 kilowatt hours on this run. So we're now heading back out onto the motorway for charging stop number 3. So I'll be relying on you, internet, to keep track of the energy usage on this trip. Currently 67.1 miles. So we will get ourselves back up onto the motorway, and our next stop is going to be about 35 miles or so, and that is if I can figure out where I'm supposed to be going from here. We don't want to go to Cashel. I want to go this way. Oh yeah, this way. Okay. Yes, typical BMW indicating too late, I know. Alright. So far so good. We've had 2 fast chargers behaving. Goose is also behaving perfectly. Thank you, Goose. So let's see. First exit for Dublin.
I am also behaving perfectly so far.
Oh, that's good, Margaret. Yes. Must maintain. Alright, let's redline this sucker. And we are up to speed. CCS. This is a slightly more sexy FSX charger now, so let's see what it wants to do. Plug the cable, it says. I have plugged the cable. Oh, connecting. Clunking sound. Connecting. More clunking sound. Oh, we're getting gas. Okay, honey, you want to come up here? Yes, we are at 45. Looks like 45.6 is what we're going to get. That'll do us. Right. Okay, folks, we have changed charging stations. We're on the Delta now, which was beside the FSEC. We are getting gas here. This thing, with its new sexy display and everything else, decided while I was inside using the toilet. So inside using the toilet, this thing decided to stop charging. So there you go. So that's not an ideal situation. So our first failed charge point on the trip today. But fortunately, we have the big Delta here. So we've got, and there we go, getting energy. We like energy. So we're going to finish our charge here, and hopefully that'll be the end of charging stop number 3. We'll be getting on the way then for charging stop number 4, which will be 53 miles away and is an Ionity station. So fingers crossed. There's 3 of them at that particular station, so we should be able to get some gas there. Alrighty, rather windy. We're at charging stop number 4. We're on Ionity. Getting 45 kilowatts, so we've made friends with a Kia EV6. So this is our last stop before we get to our destination. Before our first destination, but this one started up no problem. So we gone about 160 miles on our fourth fast charge. So we will see you when we are getting our next charging stop, I guess. Well, folks, we are at charging stop number 5. This is in Bray, County Wicklow. Traveled 182 miles so far. Not charging at the minute because there's some Hyundai here that is plugged in. The charging has finished and the charger is free, but of course because the car has been locked, I can't pull out the CCS plug to start charging the Grey Goose. So we have to wait for this guy to come back and unlock his car so that we can gas up. So first kind of I suppose, major bit of a boo-boo on the job today. But as a bonus, did pick up this little beauty just now. So well worth the trip. For those of you not in the know, that is our Lexus GS450H inverter. So we will be setting up our test bench with our Zombieverter VCU and working this guy out very soon. Right, folks, we're back at this ABB and we are getting gas, 46 kilowatts. And the Goose has sprouted some solar panels, 10 of them to be precise. There it is, the Solar Express, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we came this distance for. So, well, that and the Lexus inverter that's hiding away in the back there. So, alright, we're going to gas up and commence the journey back. This is charge number 5 because we actually didn't charge the last time because the guy that was giving me the solar panels had to go, so I just had to forget about that and head in there to get them. So now this is actually charge number 5. So charging stop number 6, folks. Rather warm day by Irish standards, as you can see. Total of 240 miles covered so far. Last 49 miles with the solar panels on the roof. So it'll be interesting to see how much juice that we've used on this leg of our journey. Alrighty, folks, we're back at another charging station. This is stop number 8. I had to skip filming at a few there, the last two, because we were getting a lot of interest in the car and people just kept interrupting me. So the 49 mile sprint that we did with the solar panels on the roof ended up consuming 18 kilowatt hours on that. And we did another 32 mile that we consumed 14 kilowatt hours. That's all motorway driving, 110, 120 kph. So we're here at our second last fast charging stop, which I thought would be straight away no problem, because as well as the normal ESP fast charger here, there's 4 Ionity stations, but unfortunately the Ionity stations have no power. They're completely dead. So we're here queuing. There's a Zoe charging here. But Zoe actually has CCS, which is quite interesting. So we're here waiting for the Zoe to finish. Then we're going to top up here. And then we have one more stop before home at the ABB Terra that we were at this morning. So that's about it. I mean, I know it's been kind of a bit of a jaunt, but we got ourselves a Lexus inverter in the back and 10 250 watt solar panels on the roof. So it's been a pretty good day so far. I'll see you guys further down the road, and thanks for sticking with us on a long Grey Goose voyage. Okay folks, we just finished our 9th and final fast charge of the day, 15 kilowatt hours. So I will have to add up all of the energy that we've consumed for you. But one of the things that I get frequently asked about that I thought would be an ideal time to answer for you is how I change gears. Because as certain people can't quite figure out how we change gears in an electric car without a clutch. So right now I'm in second gear, and I'm just going to pull out here, and once we go down here I'll show you a few gear changes and explain how that actually works. Now the next question I'll get then, of course, is why do I have a gearbox, and why don't I just connect the motor straight to the differential? Well, let's answer one question first. Gears give us a nice little efficiency boost and let us keep our motor in the most efficient rev range for what we're trying to do. So for example, with today's little adventure, driving around with a load of solar panels on the roof of the car means that we have a lot of extra aerodynamic drag. So by the use of the gears, I can keep the motor in its most efficient RPM band. So that is probably the one real big advantage of it. A second one is that it lets the car do certain things for me. Like it lets me perform towing and other tasks like that would be more difficult if we just had a single gear. So let's go up here and we'll do a quick gear change for you. So we're in second gear now, go up the road here, so I'm going to just lift off the throttle into neutral and just press the gear lever into third gear, and away we go. Now the reason we don't get any grating or grinding or have the gearbox fight us is because when I take my foot off the accelerator, the motor simply freewheels and it just becomes a little bit of metal attached to the end of the gearbox input shaft, and thus the synchronizers in the box can easily match the speeds. So changing gears without a clutch in an electric car is a much easier job than doing the same thing with an internal combustion engine. The reason for that is an internal combustion engine will always want to return to its designated idle speed, whereas an electric motor couldn't care less. So that is just one little question that pops up quite a lot. So the next question then that I'll just finish up with is, why don't I just connect the motor straight into the prop shaft and do away with the gearbox? And I'd like to think I have answered that in a way. It's that it would make the car a lot more inefficient than it would be with having a gearbox. Finally, because this is the next thing that'll be thrown back at me, is it'll be, well, if that's the case, why do nearly all production cars have single reduction gears? And I'll give you a very simple answer to that question. It comes in two parts. The first part is cost, and the second part is ease of use for the end user. It means it's cheaper for them to manufacture, and it means people don't really have to adapt their already learned driving skills. So folks, I'm going to leave you at that one. We've currently covered 336.8 miles at this time. We have another 30 miles to go, so about 360, nearly 370 mile journey today. 9 CCS fast charges. But yeah, overall a success. So hope you have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed driving it for you. So as always, don't forget to dislike, thumbs down. Do not share, do not subscribe, and for Pete's sake, don't support me on Patreon and PayPal, because then I'll just have more money to do things like this, and nobody wants that, so don't do it. But do check the links in the description where you will find useful things like my GitHub page, where you can download all of my design files and make all of my boards and projects for yourself without giving me any money. That doesn't sound very sensible. And you can also visit the Open Inverter forum, where you can figure out some interesting projects and see what other people are doing, and hopefully join in and participate, but probably best not to do that also. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling. I'm gonna push this motor up to the red line here now, just for a bit of fun. It's always interesting to see the tachometer max out at 7 grand. So we will see you in the next episode, and until then,
Happy redlining?
Well, happy redlining, but could also be happy long distance driving.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, let's go for happy long distance
Happy long
driving.
distance driving.